about you guys, but as a pure hockey fan, Leafs, Canadiens, Saturday night near the end of the season, that a game that actually means something for both teams, there's nothing like it. Now, I would have liked to see a little bit more goal scoring in this game, but a really tight defensive hockey game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't give up really anything. Dobish was awesome for Montreal, but the Leafs win it in overtime. Mitch Marner buries it 36 seconds in to let Leaf fans go happy. And, you know what? I got to say this. As much as we all hate the Montreal Canadiens, because you're a Leaf fan, you're supposed to. It's in your blood. I got to say, I'm happy there was tons there today because it wasn't a freaking morgue inside Scotiabank Arena tonight. You heard a lot of Go Leafs Go chants, and I'm guessing the Let's Go Habs chants just kind of right in the mix of it, or Go Habs Go right in the mix of it. And it was just nice. It was nice to have actual energy in that barn. Now, we will have energy in that barn in about a week's time. But it was nice to see a regular season game actually mean something at Scotiabank Arena tonight. So, good stuff from the fans, both sides of it. And Montreal Canadiens still trying to lock up their playoff spot. They get a point tonight. They could have clinched if they won in regulation today. So the Leafs don't allow that to happen on our home ice. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, you're looking to clinch the Atlantic Division. Now, yes, you won in overtime, so it's not the most, I guess, perfect win you can possibly have. But the Lightning lost to Detroit in overtime yesterday. So what that would then mean is the Leafs get up to 2 points today. They are now 4 up on the Lightning. Same games played. You are 4 up on the Lightning, and the Lightning only can get a possible 6 points the rest of the way. You have the regulation wins advantage. You have 4 more regulation wins, so it's impossible for them to even get the tiebreaker. So we're pretty much good to go at this point. But not there. Nothing clinched yet. As the Leafs get their 2 points today against Montreal. But again, I can't rip through goal scores because there was only one. So let's talk about the game itself. Because as much as Anthony Stolarz, he got the shutout today. He's won 7 consecutive games in the net for the Leafs, regardless of how he does or the team does. That's what's happened. 15 saves. He was very active late in this game. Obviously, the Leafs dominated in the shots on goal stats. Again, let me stop right there. How many times in these videos have I mentioned how that's a meaningless stat? And I always say, if it's really skewed, then maybe not. 35-15 Leafs in this game. Did it feel that way? No, it really didn't. It felt like it was tight, back and forth hockey. Leafs outshot them 10-2 in the first period, 11-5 in the second period, and 13-8 in the third period, and obviously 1-0 in overtime. But I just thought, it was a tight game. I thought Montreal played better than the stats suggest, and they played like a desperate team. However, the Leafs did what they were supposed to do and win this hockey game, get their 2 points, and not what they're supposed to, because Montreal's a playoff team. They're not the scrubby team they've been the last few years, but they do the job. I'm proud of the fellas. They lost the face-off dodge, special teams battle. They had 2 power plays, didn't score in either. Leafs had 4 power plays, didn't score in any of them. However, there was a couple of power plays where the Leafs just full-on dominated, just could not pot one in past Dobish. Hits-wise, 3 extra hits for the Leafs, 24-21, and Max Domi fighting Caden Gooley. I thought that was good. I don't like the whole fighting for clean hits stuff, but he was running around, right? Crushed John Tavares, crushed Bobby McMahon, and Domi was like, okay, no. We're not going to let this happen. Now, the one thing I will hate about this whole thing, and this is a pure hockey thing, not strictly just the Leafs, because we've seen this all across the NHL over the last, I don't know how many years now. When 2 guys square up to fight, it's 5 minutes, done. Don't be like, he started it. Oh, extra 2 for you. I think it's stupid. It's ridiculous. When a guy runs the goaltender, and you think, I want to protect my goalie. It's what's embedded in your mind when it comes to a hockey player. You want to protect your goalie, so you go after a guy, but you are getting the penalty. And it's like, I think it's a joke. The whole instigator stuff's a joke. 2 guys square up to fight, fine. If a guy's turtling and then gets the snot beaten out of him with his gloves still on, okay, there you go. But if 2 guys say, all right, let's go, then they go. I don't know. I think it's a whole stupid thing, but it's the referees and it's trying to be soft. And I hate it. I miss old-time hockey. I miss the Darcy Tucker, Domi days when it was just fun, entertaining hockey, but we're never going to see that again. So got to get over it. But again, statistically, not much to touch on. I will say this, though. I was just incredibly impressed with the guys like Brendan Carlo and Simone Benoit today. You know what you're going to get from Tanev every day. You really do. You're right. You know what you're going to get from, what did he have today? How many block shots did Tanev have? None. No. Block shots. 3. That's more like it. But Riley and Carlo had 4 block shots each. And I'm watching Brendan Carlo continue to defend, and it's just beautiful to watch. He's starting to fit in with the Leafs like an absolute glove. Morgan Riley's looking a lot more comfortable beside him. He had a couple of tough moments there a few games ago, but I thought he looked confident today. I thought he looked really poised. He didn't have any points today, but was an even player. Obviously, an even player. No one scored. Had a couple shots on net. I think he was active today. He played 25 minutes. Again, he blocked 4 shots. And he blocked a ton against Tampa, too. Let me just check that real quick. We're blocked. He had 7 block shots. 7 block shots against Tampa. That is 11 block shots in 2 games for Morgan Riley. He's just playing really good hockey. I thought the top units were awesome. Matthews had 5 shots on net. Nylander had 4. Tavares had 6. Marner had 6 shots on net. They were good. Just tip your cap to Dobish. He played some fantastic hockey. Now, for Leaf fans, you look at the schedule. It's like, okay, you win one more game. Who does Tampa play next? Let me actually do some research here. Who does Tampa play next? They got Buffalo tomorrow. Okay, well, they're probably going to win that one. But the Leafs are on the second night or the front night of the back-to-back today. They got to travel to Carolina, take on the Hurricanes at 5 p.m. tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one. Carolina always plays good in Carolina. Obviously a playoff team. They're, head first right into facing the New Jersey Devils in round 1. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Joe Wall's probably obviously going to get the net for the Buds. You go out there, you win that hockey game, and you go a possible 4 points up in the Lightning. I think if you win in regulation, I think one more game, you're done. I could be wrong with that, but if you win that game tomorrow, you'll still be 4 points up in the Lightning, regardless of what they do. Let's say they win. They'll only have 2 games left, a possible 4 points. You'll be 4 points up. You own the tiebreaker. I'm pretty sure that would be the case. One more win the rest of the way should seal the deal for the Leafs, regardless of what Tampa does. So they have the Hurricanes tomorrow, Sabres Tuesday, Red Wings Thursday. I'd love for those last 2 games to mean absolutely nothing, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the dub this evening against the Montreal Canadiens, because it's always nice, hit the like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition tomorrow, 3:30 against the Spurs in San Antonio. Last game of the year. Thank God. Jays edition tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Cade Povich on the mound for the Orioles and Jose Barrios for the Blue Jays, finishing off that mini 2-game set because of the rain out yesterday. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, all 3 teams playing tomorrow in Carolina against the Hurricanes in the second night of a back-to-back 5 p.m. puck drop, looking to punch their ticket to the postseason as the top seed in the Atlantic Division. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game this evening for sure. Talk to you guys then.